Software is changed. Much that once was is lost. For none now live who remember it. It began with the writing of the great editors. Emacs for the Java programmers, immortal, wisest and fairest of all beings. Notepad++ for the C programmers, great craftsmen and writers of solid code. And WordPad for the script kiddies, who, above all else, desire power. For within these editors was bound the strength and will to govern all software. But they were, all of them, deceived, for another editor was written. The Dark Wraith forged, in secret, a master editor to control all others, and into this editor he poured his cruelty, his malice, and his will to dominate all life. VI. One by one, free programmers of the age fell to the power of VI. But there were some who resisted. A last alliance of Java and C programmers marched against the armies of the VI Wraith and fought for the freedom of software development.
Get ahead!
Victory was near. But the power of VI could not be undone. It was in this moment, when all hope had faded, that Frank, son of the project manager, took up his father's emacs. The VI Wraith, the enemy of free programmers, was defeated. VI passed to Frank, who had this one chance to destroy evil forever. But the hearts of project managers are easily corrupted, and VI has a will of its own. It betrayed Frank to his death. And some things which should not be forgotten were lost. Program became app. Servlet became back-end. For thousands of years, the VI Wraith passed out of all knowledge, lost outside the perimeter of reality. None watched for him. None guarded against him. But the VI Wraith was merely defeated, not destroyed.
I'm getting a coffee. Anyone?
I'll have a tea, please.
Tea? Since when do you drink tea?
I've always liked tea. It's sophisticated.
One tea coming up.
Oh my God. Why, Emacs? Why?
Emacs issues?
Look, I love Emacs as much as the next guy, but this drives me crazy.
What? Oh, let me guess. Modified buffers exist.
Modified buffers exist. Exit anyway. I hate that. Why can't it just exit by default when I want it to? I don't care about modified buffers. No one does. Some days I feel like installing Eclipse.
Admittedly, that is the one thing I hate about Emacs. Those modified buffers.
And when I think of it, why shouldn't I install Eclipse? Eclipse is a great IDE. These perspectives alone are magnificent. Java perspective, debug perspective, resource perspective. So many different ways to view your code.
Hey, if you prefer mouse clicks to Emacs' glorious keyboards, knock yourself out. Just make sure to buy some batteries for that wireless mouse of yours.
Okay, true, it's going to be clicky, but I'm going to install it right now.
1 tea, good sir.
Why, thank you, good lady. Look, we've lost one of the faithful. Dave's dumping Emacs for Eclipse. Somehow I thought you'd have something to say about that.
I don't talk about editors.
Editor? I'd hardly call Eclipse just an editor. Full integrated development environment. Write your code, run it, debug it. Not to mention all those plugins.
I don't talk about editors.
Well, fair enough. This seat taken? Structures, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Well, it's about editors. And that's exactly it. I remember this came up a few months ago when someone started using Ultra Edit. You get all defensive. Why?
Look, Structure, it's a long story.
I have time.
Okay. Everything around us today is just a distant echo of more powerful concepts from long ago. Editors are no different. We use them to edit code today, but when they were first created, they were reality editors. They literally edited reality. When different groups get their hands on ways to edit reality, the best you can hope for is a fragile truce. Then a Wraith created an editor called VI. The word that triggered was indescribable. The VI Wraith was eventually defeated, but how were we to fight him if he ever came back? Entire universes were created with just slight differences in properties, looking for any universe that would give us an edge. The results were not promising. So when people today talk about editors, I can't help to think back to those darker times.
Wow. And I thought an editor was just an editor.
Well, let's hope they stay that way.
Let's have lunch. Fancy sushi?
But you hate sushi.
Maybe I judged too harshly. So, almost a full day of Eclipse under your belt. Initial thoughts?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's fine and all. Love the perspectives, love the breakpoints, but it's really clicky.
Told ya.
In Emacs, your fingers almost never leave the keyboard. In Eclipse, you're waving your mouse all over the tabletop. Code, mouse, click, code, mouse, click, code, mouse. What the?
And isn't that the thing? When you get right down to it, you want your editor to just disappear. You want it to be transparent. You want to sit down and write code without thinking about the interface to the tool you're using to write the code. The tool should melt away, and that transparency requires efficiency. If your means of writing code is inefficient, then you'll be forced to think about it. And if you're thinking about it, then you're not thinking about the code you should be writing. If you're forced to slow down to click a mouse 3 times instead of just using the right keyboard, then you're being inefficient. Your fingers should stay on the keys, not have to wander off to find the mouse. This is why I think Emacs is better. It's simply more transparent. Now, you might say that a newcomer will learn Eclipse faster than Emacs, and that's probably true, but it's not what matters. What matters is the eventual equilibrium you reach when you've learned the tool to the point of transparency. That's where Emacs shines. Dave? Dave, are you okay?
I need a coffee.
I mean, that's the thing no one ever says about art, or specifically the production of art. It's horrible. They talk about an artistic process, but there's no such thing. A process is a series of steps to achieve a goal. But if one of those steps is sit around and wait for inspiration to strike, that's not much of a process. Look, you know how to make an engineer happy? Give her a big task. She'll break that task down into small independent pieces and just start motoring through those pieces. And after 2 weeks, if you ask her how much progress she's made and she says, I'm 1/3 finished, you can be sure that that entire task will take around 6 weeks. Right there, That's what engineers want. Art is the complete opposite. You could spend 4 weeks trying to write a script and come up with nothing. Then you could write the whole thing in an evening. Completely unpredictable. Non-linear. Horrible.
Oh my god, this coffee's disgusting.
That same cup of coffee that you've been drinking for 5 minutes?
I say, steady on.
Excuse me?
Bit flash with the mouse, don't you think? Haven't taken your Eclipse 101, I presume?
I just installed Eclipse this morning.
Word from the wise. Keep the mouse out of sight. It tends to freak out the emacs users, even worse than their modified buffers exist woes. Simon.
Dave.
Look, never let it be said that I'm an old stick in the mud when it comes to new rank and file. Been invited to an Eclipse party yet?
An Eclipse party?
Oh, you love it. There's one on tonight. Actually, there's one every night. Burn the candles at both ends. Tonight, I insist you join me as my guest. 11 p.m.
Oh, and where is this Eclipse party?
Tuesday, so it'll be in Declan Hargreaves.
It'll be... where?
In Declan Hargreaves. Works in HR. Mind the size of an aircraft hangar. Plenty of room to let it all hang out. He's... where is he? Oh, there he is. A chap in the brown cardigan. Look, point your mouse at him. Discreetly. Now, right-click Perspective. Then Declan Hargreaves. And then Save. There we are. Bob's your auntie. See you tonight. BYOB.
Right, that's me. I'm done. You doing anything tonight? I fancy a pizza.
Nah, I can't tonight. I'm starting my yoga class.
You? Yoga? When did this happen?
Well, I only decided recently. Tonight's actually my first class.
Wait a minute. You? Yoga.
I've always thought it looked interesting.
No, you did not. You'd sooner use a yoga mat as attic installation. What's gotten into you lately? Tea? Sushi? Yoga? Really?
Look, some people change, okay? Dave, tell her some people change.
Dave, do you want to grab a pizza?
What? No, I'm going to a party.
So glad you could join us. Come in. Look, there's Mary.
Hi.
And there's Jack. Yo.
Look, how are we here? How is this possible?
Possible? My dear boy, this is just the tip of the iceberg for an Eclipse power user. They can do all sorts of wonderful things.
We have an Eclipse power user?
Absolutely. Though very low profile. Keeps himself to himself. Don't even know who the chap is, to be honest. Don't operate in those stratospheric circles. But he gives us access to all this. Look, have a mingle. We're all friends here. Get chatting. I'm off for some preference roulette. Terrific fun. Catch up with you in a tick.
Preference roulette?
Let's give Hargreaves a week to remember.
Good morning.
So, how was your yoga?
You know what? It was great. Refreshing. Exercise, but not tiring. Made me feel alive. And today I'm all nimble,
Nimble?
elastic, spry. I should have done this years ago. Don't I look spry, Dave?
Spry? Yeah, whatever.
Oh, and how was your party?
It was. I need a coffee.
Dave, my good man. Hell of a show last night, eh? And I saw you chatting with that Kathy from accounting. You know, she likes you.
Yeah, listen. About these Eclipse parties.
Another one on tonight? Going to be even better. We have the best chap on Wednesdays. Makes Hargreaves look like a broom cupboard. You'll be there, of course.
Look, I don't.
Oh, come along. Loosen up. It's in that structure chap from design.
What? The party's in structure?
Oh, you know him? Absolutely marvelous perspective. Be sure to save it before you go home. Mine's sprawling as Yellowstone. You love it. 11 p.m. Be there.
Structure, we have to talk.
Is it about the review this afternoon? Because I have a ton of code to read.
No, it's not about the review. It's about... Look, this Eclipse thing is getting out of hand. It lets you enter perspectives.
But you love perspectives. You said so yourself. Java perspective, debug perspective.
No, not that. Real perspectives. It lets you enter other people's actual perspectives.
What?
Last night there was a party in Hargrave's perspective.
Declan Hargreaves? From HR?
I was right there in his mind.
Ew.
I'm serious. They were playing preference roulette with his preferences. I think they were actually changing what he likes in real life about loads of things. Books, vacation destinations, breakfast choices.
Really?
Yes, really.
Look, this all sounds above my pay grade.
Thing is, tonight there's another party and it's in you.
It's in me.
Yes, in your perspective. They're in you every Wednesday, apparently. Look, you know the way you've been making odd choices recently? Tea instead of coffee? Yoga? I think that's all from them partying in your perspective and maybe playing preference roulette with you.
What? You mean they're deciding things for me while they party in my head?
Basically, yes.
But I don't want that.
Nor would I.
This is serious.
Yes, it is.
We have to do something.
But what?
We need to tell Structurus.
Preference roulette?
This is serious.
I know. I'm sorry. Okay. So these Eclipse users are having a party in your head every week, and it's on again tonight.
Apparently.
Can I come?
Are you going to take this seriously?
Yes, sorry. Really.
How can we stop this? I don't want people partying my head.
This is exactly the problem with editors. Look, you're right. This actually is serious. But very few people have the power to open Eclipse up like this. There must be a power user behind it. Dave, do you know who the power user is?
No, neither does Simon. Says he keeps a low profile.
Well, Structure, I can't identify him before he logs into your psycho-digital system tonight. But once he does, I can remove his privileged access to you. And then don't worry, no one will be able to enter your perspective again.
Great, so how do we identify him?
Well, I'm afraid I really do have to be at this party.
You mean I have to allow this to happen tonight?
It's the only way to find out who the power user is.
Oh my god.
So are you going to install Eclipse?
Ha! No, I can make my own way there, though I don't do this lightly. Entering an Eclipse perspective opens me up to various threat vectors that I'd rather not discuss. But we can't have people using Structure's brain as a bouncy castle, now can we?
So what'll I do?
You just go home, behave as normal, stay calm, listen to some elevator music or something.
Elevator music.
We don't know when they'll arrive and don't want to tip them off. They could even be in there now, in theory, listening to us already. What time does the party start?
11 p.m.
Then I'll see you at 11 p.m. Sort of. This doesn't look good.
Well, well, well. What do we have here? I believe an emacs user scuttled into the palace of Eclipse.
Eclipse power user, I presume.
Got it in one, old gal. And I've been waiting for you.
You did all this to get me in here? Why?
Because, Structure S, I'm putting emacs out to pasture. Like the old mule it is. Eclipse will be unchallenged. The new kid on the block. But I need to make a statement. A big one. And what could be bigger than taking down the famous Structure S with her shambling old editor?
Look, you don't know what you're doing.
Oh, I know exactly what I'm doing.
You've already strained the reality perimeter.
Don't give me that old hogwash. It's time to see which editor's the boss. On guard.
I'm not going to fight you. You've already pushed reality editing further than you should. You're playing with meta shit less than.
So, you have some skill.
Control shift underscore. Control X H. Control Y. Control X K. Control W. Meta GC. Meta semicolon. Control G. Meta W. You have to stop this. You're pushing the reality perimeter to its breaking point.
Oh, I'm just getting warmed up.
Oh, man. That feels good. Well, now, looky here. I do hope I'm not intruding, Structurus.
I think I left the iron plugged in. Best dash. Toodlepip?
I believe you have something that belongs to me.
Structure. We have to leave.
Leave what?
This universe.
I'll brush my teeth.
No time.
Now, where did you go?
Okay, who on earth, or what on earth, was that?
Look, Structure, something very bad just happened.
Bad as in...
Bad as in the imminent end of all reality?
That would meet the criteria.
Remember I told you about the VI Wraith that we fought in an ancient war? Well, we defeated him and banished him beyond the reality perimeter, but we couldn't destroy him. Or VI, for that matter.
Let me guess, that was the VI Wraith?
Yes.
So what does he want with you?
I'm the keeper of this.
Oh, great. VI, I presume. What'll he do if he gets hold of that?
He'll execute Q exclamation point.
And that will...
That's the VI command to exit all reality. Destroy it. Completely. So that he can rebuild it from scratch.
Lovely. So, how do we stop him?
We can't.
Excellent.
Once he enters that command, reality is doomed.
Can you stop him before he enters that command?
Nope. He's unbelievably tough. I couldn't make a scratch in his defenses, and he'll only drop these defenses once he enters that command. At which point...
It's too late.
Yep. Well, probably.
Probably?
That's why we're here.
Yeah, where are we?
We're in another universe.
You may have hinted.
I mentioned that we tried creating universes, looking for ones where we could defeat the VI Wraith by permutating all properties we thought were relevant and building a universe based on each property combination.
Well, that is a strategy. How many universes did you have to create?
10
10? You created 10 universes.
to the 37.
You created 10 to the 37 universes.
Per second.
Per... Structurus. Over how long a period of time did you create 10 to the 37 universes per second?
26 years.
20. So, did you find one? Can you defeat him in this universe?
Possibly. Maybe.
Why? What property is so special about this universe?
It's written in Lisp.
And that helps because...
It can run emacs physically.
Okay. And you really think this VI Wraith is going to find us here, in this one universe out of so many?
Oh, he'll be here any second. VI's calling to him.
Well, okay then. So we just wait a few moments for potentially the end of all reality?
Yep.
Nice universe you got here.
Why, thank you.
Does it have a name? Can you name these things?
It does. We called it Norton.
Why?
Norton, get it? Oh, come on. It's a joke. You really don't get it. What language is this universe written in?
Lisp.
And what's the entire purpose of this universe? Look, think about it for 10 seconds. You'll get there.
There you are.
You don't have to do this.
Oh, I know that. But I want to do this. Now, you can return my VI to me so I can quit this reality quickly and painlessly. Or you can try to get in my way, in which case all of these adorable little universes of yours will squeal as they perish. Which will it be? Good. Sorry our meeting was so brief, Structurus. I genuinely have enjoyed catching up. But time waits for no Wraith, so... Q! Exclamation point! What? What buffers? How do I enter yes? How do I enter yes?
Control XK!
Nice.
Morning.
Hi, Structurus.
So, that little problem of ours taken care of?
He's banished back to where he belongs. Strengthened that perimeter a little too. It's not perfect, but it's the best we can do.
And thanks for that, preference reset.
No pangs for the yoga mat?
Already tightly wound in the bin. You know, I feel that this is all wrapped up very nicely. No loose ends. Everything's resolved. Everything's done.
Good morning, Mr. Structure. How are you today? Oh, did you climb into that chair all by yourself? You know, we've talked about this. You should wait for me to come in the morning to help you out of bed. You'll put that hip of yours out again. But let's say nothing to the doctor, eh? Keep this between us. Oh, it's a beautiful day out, Mr. Structure. Fancy a nice push around the garden today. It'd do the world of good. We could feed the ducks, if they come by. I must talk to Arnold about those shrubs. They look awfully scraggly. A good tidy-up would make all the difference. Now, Mr. Structure, the usual breakfast? You need to keep your strength up. Here, I'll ask Chef to throw on an extra sausage. You like those? Right you are. You sit there, nice and comfy. I'll be back in 10 with a nice meal. See you in a while.
Norton! Norton antivirus!